The Golden State Warriors find themselves at a critical crossroads. Just a year removed from a gut-wrenching second-round playoff exit, the franchise is looking to retool for one last dance with Stephen Curry still in his prime. The heartbreak began when Curry suffered a grade 1 hamstring strain in the middle of a heated Western Conference semifinal clash against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Without their undisputed leader at full strength, the Warriors were swiftly dispatched in 5 games, bringing their 2024-25 campaign to a crashing halt. Now, with the summer of 2025 heating up, a new narrative is gaining traction, one that sounds both nostalgic and controversial. According to David McFarland of Empire Sports Media, the Warriors could seriously consider a reunion with one of their most iconic figures, Klay Thompson. Yes, that Klay Thompson, the 4-time NBA champion who once electrified Chase Center with his lightning-quick release and unwavering confidence. Once half of the legendary Splash Brothers, Thompson has now been branded by some as washed up. But could he still have a role to play in Golden State's next chapter? McFarland doesn't just throw out the idea. He backs it with poignant emotion. The Warriors and their fans have never stopped loving Klay Thompson, he writes. The outpouring of support after the death of his beloved Bulldog, Rocco, and the ovation during his Chase Center return with the Mavericks were proof that the bond remains unbroken. Thompson's departure in 2024, triggered by disagreements over his diminishing role, was an emotional one. Head coach Steve Kerr reportedly met with Klay over breakfast in Manhattan Beach, laying out a vision for him as a sixth man, a proposal that didn't sit well with the proud veteran. The result? A new beginning in Dallas. But despite the divorce, the wounds are still fresh, and the emotions still raw. A reunion now could serve as both a redemption arc and a strategic move to reignite the heart of the Warriors' locker room. With the Mavericks in 2024-2025, Thompson averaged 14.0 points while shooting 41.2% from the field and 39.1% from beyond the arc. Solid numbers, no doubt, but a far cry from his all-star peak. At 35 years old, he's no longer the lockdown defender or the second scoring option he once was. But for a Warriors team desperate for experience, chemistry, and championship pedigree, that version of Klay might still be valuable. McFarland suggests that if Golden State can strike the right financial and roster balance, possibly involving salary-matching trades, including young assets like Moses Moody or Gui Santos, they could make it work. The emotional pull. A storybook. Comeback or a risky gamble? From a purely basketball standpoint, it's easy to argue the Warriors should move forward. Younger players need minutes, and the roster already carries the burden of the luxury tax. But in Golden State, basketball has always been more than just X and O's. It's about culture, legacy, identity. Thompson, drafted in 2011, became more than just a sharpshooter. He became a symbol of the Warriors' rise to greatness. He shot over 40% from deep in 9 of his first 13 seasons, helped lead the team to 4 NBA championships, and etched his name into Bay Area folklore. His exit didn't just mark the end of an era, it shattered the image of the inseparable Splash Brothers. A reunion wouldn't just restore a familiar face, it could help heal the soul of a franchise that has lost its way since the dynasty crumbled. What would Klay's role look like? Should the Warriors make the bold move, fans shouldn't expect a prime Klay on the court every night. Instead, his role would likely mirror that of a savvy veteran sixth man, coming off the bench to provide perimeter shooting, mentorship, and leadership. This setup could keep Thompson healthy while maximizing his strengths in limited bursts. It's also possible that his presence in the locker room could help stabilize a team struggling to transition to its next era. With Draymond Green still providing emotional fire and Curry leading by example, a more mature Klay could complete the trio's full-circle narrative, this time with wisdom and perspective over athletic dominance. One last shot at glory? The Warriors are no strangers to bold moves. They've built a dynasty on risk-taking, innovation, and loyalty. But loyalty, especially in the NBA, often comes at a price. Reuniting with Thompson wouldn't just be a feel-good story. It would be a high-stakes gamble on sentiment, chemistry, and fading greatness. Yet for a franchise that once defied the odds with its unorthodox shooting duo, perhaps bringing back Klay, washed up or not, might just be the spark that reignites the fire. And for fans still haunted by the abrupt end to the Splash Brothers era, it could be the emotional redemption they've been craving.